Everyone tells you the same advice, just post consistently and growth will come. Post daily for 90 days, stay consistent, be patient. But here is what they don't tell you. 90% of the people give up even before they see first results. And it's not because they're lazy or they lack discipline, it's because they're fighting the wrong battles. Go get your toy. Today I'm gonna break down the 3 real reasons why people quit on social media. And they are not what you think. And I'll also show you how AI can help you in the beginning especially, but also why there are still problems people face even if they use AI right. And by the end of this video, you will understand why so many people that you know, maybe like some of your friends who decided to do social media, actually quit. And you will also know how to navigate the psychological pressure that you have that removes 9 out of 10 creators out there before they even gain any momentum. And let me tell you, I was the same. I tried to do my social media, I think 3 times before I actually figured out how to do it properly. I would get all motivated and start posting random videos. Sometimes I would post about AI, sometimes I would post about marketing, sometimes I would post about productivity, sometimes I would post about my dog, and obviously nothing sticks. But I just thought that I need to create content, whichever content I want, and at some point it will work. Well, let me tell you, if you create content without any strategy, it will not work. So every time when I was doing that, I think I would post for like probably a month, and I would stay consistent. I would post 2-3 reels a day sometimes, but I wasn't getting any results, and my engagement was so bad, like I was losing followers, and I was keep thinking there is something wrong with me, or the algorithm was broken, or I don't know what was wrong, but I clearly thought that it's too late to grow your Instagram. But then when I decided to do it last time, I decided to do it properly. I got so pissed off at myself because I actually know how to grow Instagram. I know marketing. I work as a head of marketing in a startup. I understand the psychology behind it, but I never implemented it on my own content. And when I actually treated my own content as if I am my own client and I used my AI systems with it, everything changed. And my biggest mistake was before that I did not have a clear picture of the person who I create my content for. My content was all about everything, which means it was kind of about nothing. If your content talks to everyone, no one will listen to your content, no one will follow you. There is so much noise out on social media, there's so many creators creating different content that you need to be very clear in terms of who you are, who you create content for. Only then you can stand out in this noise. If you are consistent, but you're also consistent in one topic and you're consistent in something that makes you different from everyone else, because otherwise you're just going into a crowded room in a pub and shouting different words like random facts about you. No one's gonna listen to you. But usually what happens with the people who just start on social media, they see, for example, they post for 1 week on the same topic, but then they see that this topic is not working, so they panic, and then they start to add more topics. They think maybe this is the better topic, maybe this is, so they keep switching, and it confuses the algorithm even more, so they get less and less views, so then they just get completely disappointed. And the trick with Instagram is to be super clear in terms of your target audience, to create content for your target audience, and also do it consistently. And here is where I use AI the most. I use AI to act as my target audience persona, and then I have unlimited ideas of content because I can just ask AI what content would be relevant for this target audience. And if AI acts as that target audience, obviously it can tell me all the ideas in their heads. Second, I can bounce off ideas. I can say, is this hook better or this hook better? And I can just strategize a lot and talk to the AI persona to figure out how to get them with my content and how to create content that's actually relevant for them. The thing you need to understand on social media, you need to create content that's actually useful for the people, that's valuable, that they will appreciate it, and that they will feel like you are the only one who understands them, and that you are the only one who creates content that's actually useful for them. Because there is so much content out there, and a lot of it is bad content or misleading content or fake posts and everything, that when you're a real person and you actually want to create content to help your target audience, you will stand out. So that's why I use AI all the time. I create personas for myself, for my clients, and then I just use them to create content that will be relevant to the people I want to attract to my page. And this is what most people skip. They think, I already know my clients, or I'll just figure out how it goes, or I'm gonna post about what I'm interested in myself. It's not gonna work, or it will work, but it will take you like 6 to 8 months. I literally know people on Instagram who've been posting consistently for a year and they still got nowhere. And I mean, I wasn't the same. I didn't post for that long consistently, but when I posted without the clear strategy, I got nowhere. As soon as I changed and I built the correct strategy and I started creating content that actually works, in 3 months I got 10,000 followers. Well, almost 10,000 followers. I'm going to get 10,000 followers probably in a couple of days. So without AI, this period takes you 6 to 12 months. With AI, you can get this time down to 3 to 4 weeks. But even with this clarity, you're not gonna start getting millions of views on your first reel. That's why I said it will take you like 3 weeks probably to see results. At least this is what I saw for myself. This is what I see for my clients, that you need still to pass through this deadly time on Instagram when nothing is working, or on any other social media, to be honest. And this is what brings me to reason number 2. Let me tell you about the recent client who I started working with approximately a month and a half ago. She's an expert, she has lots of experience in her industry, and she wanted to build her social media account. We built her strategy together. So I have AI systems which I know work because they tested a million of times. And I know that the content we create is good because I know the pain points of the target audience, because the person who I'm working with, she already like had clients. She has a lot of like knowledge herself, and I have researched her target audience. So I know that the content that we are creating is relevant. And yet for the first 3 weeks, all our video views were getting to like 250 max. And I think on week 3, she told me that if it wasn't for me, she would already give up, because she also has like another business that's running on the side. So why would she try and spend so much time to create content for something that doesn't bring results, doesn't bring you anything? So if it wasn't for me, because I work with her and I help her to create all this content, then I was pushing through just because I know it will work, but it takes time. But she would give up already by herself, and a lot of people do the same. But then on week 4, first we started getting one of our threads popping off, and it got like 50k views. Then our Instagram started picking up. Then our video on TikTok got 120k views and 120k views, and it's still rising. And we started getting registrations for like an online event, and the registrations are almost at 70 right now for an account that started a month ago. Getting 70 registrations is good. Did we change the strategy? No, the strategy stayed the same. Like, obviously, I analyzed all the content that we posted, and I saw which hooks work better, which angles worked better, and I adjusted some of the videos, but the main strategy stayed the same. The main idea stayed the same. It's just all the platforms, they needed time to figure out who to show this content to. And this only happened because I pushed through. Like, literally, she wanted to give up, I guess, like 5 days before we started getting the first results. It's like, you know that picture where the person is trying to find diamonds, and then when they are this close, they decide to turn around and go back and give up. This is exactly what happens with social media, and this is exactly what I witnessed like literally this month. The person, she knew she knows her content, she knew she knows her topic, she knew she can bring people results, but because there is this super tough period of time when nothing is working, no matter what you're gonna post, it's very difficult for people. And unfortunately with this part, even AI can't help that much. Yes, AI speeds up a little bit, it helps me to analyze everything, it helps me to get variations of the hook on the similar topic, but still it can maybe do it in like it also depends on the topic, and it depends on the luck a little bit, but maybe from 4 weeks it will take your time down to 3, but you still have to tolerate and suffer through that Death Valley time. You can have the best strategy, you can have the most clear position in the world, but during the first 2 to 3 to 4 weeks, your content will feel like it's disappearing in a black hole. And during this time, you become even more like jealous of everyone else who is growing, because usually you can see on Instagram how everyone is just posting how fast they're growing, and you obviously think that you just failed and it's not going to work for you. And this is when 90% of creators quit. They quit in this period of time when it just gets really tough and really demotivating, but you just need to push through. And yeah, with AI you can get it to, with AI, death valley is approximately, I would say, 2 to 4 weeks. My own account took 3 weeks time. My another account took 2 weeks time. This client account got 3 weeks and a half, and then my another account got 1 week, but that was a live account, so that doesn't count. And it's because I have a perfect AI system that I know how to create content. I do it multiple times a day. If people don't use AI system and they don't in general use any research or any marketing strategy, and they just post whatever they want, it can take them 12 months to not see results. It can take them even more. Because if you create content without any idea of who you're creating content for, why you're doing this, and how to position yourself, Instagram will have no idea who to show your content to. And the reason number 3 why people give up as well, it's the isolation trap. And people don't really talk a lot about this on Instagram or somewhere else. But when you create content, it gets very lonely if you are the only content creator within your circle. Doing social media can be a torture, especially during the first month when nothing is working. So you keep doubting yourself, all your fears, all your imposter syndrome just keep coming back to your mind. And I went through this as well, especially before, because no one was supporting me, no one was doing content as well, and everyone would only judge me for doing what I wanted to do. So that's why I was also giving up, I think. This time it was a little bit easier. I still didn't have people around me who would create content, but first my circle changed a little bit and it became more supportive. And also I always get into like coaching programs, courses, so I always have some chats where people talk about the same thing, and also I get like support from course creators or coaches which courses I'm going through, so it helps me to like stay motivated. But when you're alone and you're doing it yourself and you're just putting yourself out there daily and you're not getting any results, you're not getting any support from anyone around you, or most probably you even get like some jokes or some judgment from others, your brain just automatically starts shutting off and thinking, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing, this is not gonna work, you're not good enough, everyone is lying, it's not easy at all, you cannot grow on social media anymore. And obviously you quit. So I always say, whenever you try to create content or start creating content, try to surround yourself at least with someone supportive. If you don't have anyone supportive, find someone who also creates content. If no one in your circle is doing that, then find yourself a coach, find yourself a mentor, find yourself a social media manager if you have obviously budgets for that. Because my client, the one that I was talking about in this video, she didn't quit because I was doing content for her. So it was painful for me as well, but I knew that I'm gonna push through and it will work. But she didn't know that, she didn't believe it. So I think she believed it, but she was just too tired she would be too tired to keep doing it herself. So she managed to get to the views just because I pushed through for her, because I was there for her. Obviously, if you can't hire someone right now, just find some, like, talk to people on social media as well. Like, find people who also want to create content and get together. It's so much easier. But I always say that the best solution is to get into like some workshop together, or like do some course together, or find yourself a coach, so you will be constantly surrounded by people who are doing the same thing, plus you can get a coach support. And it also helps you to get an outside perspective, because when you're creating content every day and you're in it 24/7, you get too close to it, so you can't see clearly what's working, what's not working, and maybe what you should change. Having like a fresh set of eyes always helps you to do better. And obviously, how AI can help you test out different hypotheses. AI can help you create more content faster. AI can help you to analyze the content that you already created and give you the better feedback on this, and like create new hypotheses based on that. But AI is only as good as the person who is behind it. If you don't know how to prompt AI, if you don't know how to use AI, then I always tell you this is the best time for you to start, because 6 months later, if you don't know how to use AI, you will be very late for this. AI is the best skill that I got recently, and the way I use it for marketing helps me in every single aspect of my life, because Yes, I use it for my work, I use it for my own content, I use it for my clients' content. But then because I learned how to use AI for marketing, and now I also know how to use AI in my everyday life, and I do everything with it. And I don't understand how people still don't know how to use AI, and like they don't even have ChatGPT on their phone. So to summarize everything, the three real reasons why people quit is because they don't know who they're talking to, they don't have any clear understanding of who they are, and they just create content for the sake of creating content. That's not gonna work, and they will try to post this random number of posts and they will quit. The second reason is they don't survive the death valley when you can post the best content out there in the world and still get nothing, and you just need to push through that period and use AI to test and create better content that will allow you to remove extra time. So instead of waiting 6 months for your content to work, you can make it work in 3 weeks. And the last one is that they're fighting this battle alone. They don't have anyone who is doing the same thing as them. They don't have anyone to talk through. They don't have anyone to discuss hypotheses, discuss what can work. And AI can help in all of these three problems, but you need to know how to learn AI. I managed to learn it because I had so much to do. And that's why I think my Instagram grew, because whenever I had any doubts, whenever I wanted to like bounce back ideas, I would talk to ChatGPT all the time. But it's because I know how to talk to ChatGPT and I know how to get results and answers from it, the one that will help me. But a lot of people don't. And I guess my final message in here is that every creator went through this death valley, especially people who are doing it now. 10 years ago, it was a lot easier. Some people on TikTok would become famous in like a day or two. Right now, it's different. There is a lot of competition out there, but it is still possible. I am an example of this. My client is an example of that. And I just want to tell you that you need to be realistic in terms of like what you're getting into, because content creation is still hard. AI makes it 100% easier, but it is still difficult in the beginning, especially to go through this period of time when nothing is working. So you just need to be prepared that it's going to be hard work. You need to understand that without AI, there is no way you will succeed. I am 100% confident in this. You need to learn AI in order to stay competitive in this world. And then you obviously need to be strategic and you need to be consistent in terms of your content. If you're tired of guessing what content to create, and if you're tired of not getting any results at all and having no idea what to do and how to use AI, whenever you try to use AI, your content sounds super generic and robotic, my workshop link is down below. This is the system that changed everything for me. When I learned how to create content with this system, everything became 10 times easier. So the link is down there. This is all the systems you need to have in order to start creating the content that will work for your target audience. I'm 100% confident in this. So the link is down there below. However, if you're not ready to get the workshop yet, I get it. Just watch some of my other videos, because I always talk about how I grow, how my clients grow, and also leave in the comments what you want me to create content next. What are your questions about social media, about marketing, about AI? And I'm gonna be posting more videos here often. So please subscribe, like this video if it was useful, and till next time.